Today, we're diving into one of the most high-stakes tasks in any business, writing a proposal that actually wins. We're going to break down a real-world, step-by-step workflow for using AI to get it done, especially for those times when you're the one doing all the heavy lifting.
You know the feeling, right? A massive request for proposal just lands on your desk, your team is completely swamped, and all of a sudden, you're looking around and realizing you are the entire proposal department. The pressure's on, and that clock is ticking. Well, this is a guide for that exact moment.
So, the key to making this whole thing work, the real secret sauce, is a shift in mindset. You're not just using a piece of software, you're managing a new teammate. And you have to think of the AI as an eager, super educated, but totally inexperienced intern. This one idea will guide everything we do from here on out.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We'll start with the predicament itself, then move into prepping for success. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of drafting with your AI intern, cover the absolutely critical human touch, and then wrap up with how to finalize this thing for the win.
First things first, let's be crystal clear about the title. This is not a pitch to go and replace your team. Not at all. It's a game plan for how to cope when you are the team. It is a huge mental strain to be the only person managing the human element of a project that could make or break a big deal. Think of this as a survival guide.
And this gets to the heart of the whole philosophy here. The goal is not to have an AI write a proposal for you. It's for you to become an AI-augmented human, where you are always in control. You're the strategist, you're the editor, you're the one making the final calls. The tech is just there to boost your quality and efficiency, not to replace your brain.
Okay, with that foundation in place, let's get practical. A successful AI-driven draft starts way before you write a single prompt. Seriously, the prep work is everything.
First decision, which tool? The workflow we're looking at uses ChatGPT projects, and it's for one big reason you see right here: data privacy. Now, the author admits it might be a poor answer to other tools for different tasks, but for sensitive proposal work, knowing your confidential data isn't being used for training models is absolutely non-negotiable.
Before your AI intern even thinks about writing, you've got two critical pre-flight checks. First, you draft a short document with the proposal's guiding themes: what makes your company great, your unique value proposition, the core ideas that have to come through. Second, you build the outline. You can draft it yourself, and then, this is a great trick, have ChatGPT check it against the RFP for compliance. It's a fantastic sanity check. All right, your prep work is done. You've got your strategy, you've got your structure. Now it's time to bring in your new teammate and actually start drafting. And remember that mindset: eager, educated, and inexperienced.
Now, this brings us to the single biggest mistake you can possibly make. It is so tempting to just dump everything in and say, write the whole proposal. Don't do it. That's how you get generic, mushy, unfocused content. The right way is to manage your intern. Ask it to draft just one section at a time. This way, you can give feedback, you can refine the direction, and you stay in complete control of the story.
And here's a little reality check for you. You should probably expect about a 50-50 success rate on the first draft of any section. Yeah, really. Sometimes it'll nail it, and other times it's going to need a complete do-over. And you know what? More often than not, the problem isn't the AI, it's that you left out some important detail in your prompt.
And that is exactly why giving it full context is so important. If you want high-quality output, you have to give it high-quality input. Your AI intern cannot read your mind, so you have to feed it all the necessary files: the entire RFP, your finalized outline, and that all-important guiding themes document you created earlier.
Okay, so the AI has generated a solid first draft. Now comes the most important part of this entire process: the human touch. This is where your expertise, your intelligence, and your gut feeling turn a pretty good draft into a great, winning proposal.
To do this right, you have to protect your own brain. The source material is huge on this. Work in focused sprints, maybe about 90 minutes or so, and then take a real break. Step away. Why? Because if you don't, your judgment starts to fade. You'll either start accepting bad writing or you'll get stuck tweaking the same sentence forever.
And here's the specific 3-step process for that human review. Now, it might feel a little counterintuitive, but trust me, it works. First, read the entire draft from start to finish. Don't touch anything, don't edit a single word. This gives you the big picture. Second, as you're reading, just make notes of the changes you think are needed. And finally, once you have that full context, go back and make your edits.
So once your human review is done, you bring the AI back in, but this time you make it a reviewer.
You use a really powerful, refined prompt that looks something like this. You tell it to check for things like cohesiveness, make sure all the points are covered, but, and this is the crucial part, you instruct it to describe the changes it recommends, not just make them. This keeps you in the driver's seat.
And that fantastic little addition at the end, that directive to think hard about this, well, that's a brilliant piece of community knowledge. It's credited here to Jeff Sue's YouTube channel, and you know what? It actually works. It genuinely seems to improve the quality of the AI's feedback.
We are in the home stretch now. The main body of the proposal is solid. It's time to tighten all the screws and really focus on the parts that often make or break the entire deal.
This brings us to an absolute ironclad rule of proposal writing. AI or no AI. You write the executive summary and any section summaries last, always. Why? Because these are very often the only parts the real decision makers are going to read, and they have to perfectly match the final polished content of the document. And here's another thing. Writing summaries can be your final diagnostic tool. Think about it. If you're really struggling to write a clear, compelling summary for a section, that's a massive red flag. It's a sign that the section itself isn't as clear or persuasive as you thought, and you might need to go back and do another revision.
Okay, after all of this, your prep, the AI drafting, your own intense review, there is one last, non-negotiable step. You have to find another human being to read the whole thing. An AI is a great editor, but it's no substitute for a fresh pair of human eyes to catch a weird phrase or a flawed argument that you've become blind to.
So, to wrap it all up, let's just hit the core principles one more time. Treat the AI like an intern you're actively training. Draft methodically, one section at a time, and give it all the context. Remember, your focused human touch is what creates the real quality. Take those breaks to stay sharp. And finally, the last person to look at it should always be a person.
You know, this workflow isn't just about proposals. It's really a framework for using AI to systematically level up any complex professional job. It proves that with the right process, you can dramatically improve your own output. So the final question is, now that you've augmented your proposal writing, what are you going to augment next?